Hello again, this is Victor James, author of The Megacosm, and I want to unleash on you another classic guilty pleasure movie that I watch, and that's The Master of the Flying Guillotine. Starring Jimmy Wang Yu, this movie is a direct sequel to his film One-Armed Boxer that involves the same character, Liu Ting Lung, who lost his arm in the first movie but learned a fatal kung fu and made him one of the best one-armed boxers in the country. Now I love One-Armed Boxer too, but Master of the Flying Guillotine is superior to the two movies because I just love how outlandish it is. Okay, to set up a Master of the Flying Guillotine, you have to know about what happened in the first movie. So T. Lung has defeated two llamas in the previous film, and one of the funniest but great fights in kung fu history. Again, this was practical effects, so everyone appreciates the effort, but it looks kind of silly. Now, the two llamas had a blind master called Feng Xing, who is an imperial assassin and master of the fatal martial arts, the Flying Guillotine. And we see this deadly martial art in action when Qing gets word that his pupils were killed, and he trains in this deadly arts before going on his quest to find the one-armed boxer. The movie revolves around a martial arts tournament. The one-armed boxer is famed for his skill and is invited to take part, but turns down the offer. Instead, T. Lung sits with his students in the stands and gives them some pretty good commentary on the matches. And I have to admit, it's the matches that make The Master of the Flying Guillotine such a great movie to watch. It's like watching Secret Wars or something because most of these fighters are very highly skilled. Boasting some of the best sound effects in martial arts cinema, the matches pits fighters with competing styles against each other, and there seems to be no rules as fighters whip out hidden weapons to kill their opponents. Plus, the nut shot was not frowned upon and is a viable target in this vicious tournament. And yes, the fights are to the death, and the environment can even be changed to help accommodate sending fighters to that great beyond. Now, I have no idea what this character's name is, but he's one of my favorite characters in the movie, and that's the Indian fighter, who has, you guessed it, stretching powers. Now, you would think that this character is an inspiration for Dhalsim in Street Fighter, but Akira Yasuda, who created Dhalsim, said he never heard of Master of the Flying Guillotine before creating him. But what are the odds that there are two Indian characters created by two different people with stretching powers? I guess not that high. And another aspect I love about Master of the Flying Guillotine is that this character's in the movie. Now I have no idea what his real name is, but he cracked me up as Betty in the classic kung fu movie Kung Pao Enter the Fist.
Gentlemen, from this day forward, you will all refer to me by the name Betty.
But isn't Betty a woman's name?
So it was really funny to see him in a kung fu movie and being taken seriously. Now there's a third character who just really cracks me up, and that is the kickboxer who brings his own theme music to every fight. And he's actually a great fighter, as people in that region were not familiar with his fighting style. Being a secondary antagonist in the movie, the kickboxer teams up with the Guillotine Master, who spends the entire movie killing any fighter with one arm. Remember, the Guillotine Master is blind. He has no idea what the one-armed boxer looks like, so he's basically just randomly taking off people's heads who had the unfortunate luck of losing an arm. As if these guys didn't have it bad enough already. So the martial arts tournament is going along pretty good. People are dying left and right until the Guillotine Master interrupts by killing the fighter with one arm during his fight. Ting Lung ushers the students away as he realizes that he is the target of the Master's wrath. So the evil fighters in the tournament are drawn to the Guillotine Master and pretty much do his bidding from here on. They visit Lung's school and destroy his students in fights. And these fights are pretty good and fun to watch. Plus, like I said, the sound effects make it sound like these guys are breaking bones with every hit. The one-armed boxer is actually forced to send his students away so no more can get hurt as he takes on the evil fighters. But the Guillotine Master and the kickboxer are honestly too good, and T. Lung basically has to cheat to beat him. Not the most heroic of actions, but that's what makes the Master of Flying Guillotine such a fun watch. The Master of Flying Guillotine is a brutal movie with outlandish characters full of blood and guts, glory, and over-the-top fights. It's one of those movies me and my friends would watch at a random weekend while drinking some beers and laughing at the silliness. But it's a fun watch to anyone who hasn't seen it. I actually recommend watching the one-armed boxer first because it's just as good with some of the over-the-top action, but Master of the Flying Guillotine is just my preference. But lucky for you guys, Master of the Flying Guillotine is available pretty much everywhere. In fact, there's a full version on YouTube and Tubi right now. So if you like martial arts movies and haven't seen this one, give it a try. Master of the Flying Guillotine is an established staple in my guilty pleasure movies, and I do not apologize for it. I also want to remind you about my first book, In the Megacosm Fiasco Adventures, that's available on Amazon. This is the first book in the Megacosm that kind of gives you the groundwork of what the Megacosm is all about. It's not a must-read before my second book, The Numeric comes out in a few months, but there are some characters that cross over. And I also want to remind you about my novelette, The Mark, which is available on Amazon for 99 cents. This book is actually selling very well these days. People are really enjoying it, so I'd go ahead and give this a pickup too. I mean, it's only 99 cents. And just one last reminder that my website, themegacosm.com, is available for you to read short stories for free, and you can actually go and read my Megacosm thoughts, and actually have a gallery for my characters, and I have linked to my videos and some other articles that you probably haven't read that you don't know that since I write for bleedingfool.com. But that's all I want to say about this. God bless you and keep you. That's it, I'm done.